Welcome to Solo Marvel Champion if you're new here, and if you're returning, welcome back. In yesterday's video, I talked about 3 of my favorite decks that I've built for Marvel Champions, and today I'm playing one of them. Today is my Cable of Life and Destiny deck versus Expert Morlock Siege. So 1A told us to put Routed into play, and it is on the Expert side, which gives the villains Retaliate 1 for each villain under here. So we'll have Retaliate 0, Retaliate 1, and Retaliate 2. We also put the Morlocks and Hide aside out of play. We'll give them a shuffle, and then I'll shuffle up the villains. The abilities of the villains are very slightly amplified as well. Like Chimera on the A side, you can spend a mental resource. On this side, you could do 2 mental resources, and they're all like that, a little bit amplified, but not terribly so. I think the biggest difference is the Expert here, giving that Retaliate. I'm going to shuffle the villains. It is difficult to shuffle a small deck. It's also difficult to shuffle without looking. Arclight has 13 hit points. Okay, now let's shuffle my deck. I'd really like to see clear the area on my turn. That's going to help me draw a card, number 1, and then ready. It's going to help me clear build support right away. Of course, in this deck, when I clear build support, I'm looking for Web of Life and Destiny. Ghost Spider's good to get in, but I can't play her until I clear my first side scheme. Oh, that is actually some good stuff. Skilled Investigator, Chance Encounter, Mind Scan, but then I don't get the ally down. I'm going to use these as resources, so let's see if I can get a double. Well, there's a double. That's nice. And that's Spider-Man. That actually is not the double I needed, though, unfortunately. Let's go get build support with Soldier X. This has 3, and I'm going to play Chance Encounter on it and Skilled Investigator. Going to go ahead and flip up. I'm going to attack for 2. Then pay 1, 2 for Mind Scan. Remove 3 threat. That removes 3. This interrupt goes and gets me an ally. I think the ally I want first is going to be SPDR, because she's only going to cost 2. Skilled Investigator draws me a card. I ready, and build support goes and finds Web of Life and Destiny and puts it into play. That is the most important card in the deck. Number 1, it allows me to play my Web Warrior allies, but I'm going to get so much card draw from that over the course of the game that it's going to be crazy good. Next, I'm going to use 1, 2 for SPDR. I'm going to thwart this off. I like keeping that low. SPDR is going to attack for 1. And we'll just ready. Call for backup is great. There's Grey Malkin. There's a clear the area. 1 goes on the main and 1 knock counter. she's attacking, I can confuse the character with the highest thwart. I could do either of these right now, but I don't want to do either of them, so I'm going to give her the +2 attack. I'm also just going to take the attack. I don't want to block with SPDR, so the attack is 4, 5. I get 1 encounter card, scheme, 2, 3, 4. And that goes up to 5. We want this to advance with knock counters, not with threat. So that is a problem, but not too much of a problem. I'm going to do 2 for Grey Malkin. I'm going to thwart 2 first. This comes down to 3. She takes excess consequential damage, so she comes to hand, and this draws me a card. There's another clear the area. I'm going to do 1, 2 for Grey Malkin. I'm going to... Man, I can't do everything. Do 1 for call for backup. I'm going to thwart 2. And use 1 clear the area to clear the area. That clears that. This draws me a card. This draws me a card. I ready me and Grey Malkin. And call for backup is going to grab... Who do I want here? Do I want Ghost Spider? Or do I want... Oh no. Who I want is Spider-Man. Peter Parker. He was on top. Peter Parker comes into play. Now I'm going to spend these 2 for SPDR. Actually, I'm going to hold on to this and use Grey Malkin to do that. She's going to attack for 1. He's going to thwart for 2. Which readies SPDR. She's going to thwart the rest of that. Again, taking excess consequential. Coming to hand, drawing me a card. Will I be able to clear lock and load? Yes, I will. I'm going to use Heroic for lock and load, which only has 2. I'm going to thwart that off. When I do, it's going to go find me my rifle. Now I have to remember that that rifle has ranged. And right now I have 3 in the victory display, so it would deal 3 damage. And I have to decide, do I want to use SPDR with rifle here? I think I'm going to hold on to SPDR. One goes on, and a knock counter. She's attacking. Spider-Man can block this one. That's 4, 5. I do not control a Morlock. He's defeated, and that draws me a card. 1 encounter card. This is actually not bad at all. It comes in with 3 + 1 for everyone under routed. There are none under routed. That actually makes Mind Scan really good now. Let's start. Am I going to get that readied? Yeah, because I'll clear that. Let's start with 2 for Scimitar. Trying to decide if I want to body slide down and recover. but I don't think I need to. Let's attack for 2. This should be ready. And do 1, 2, nope. Yeah, it's fine to do it that way. 2 for Mind Scan. Remove 3 threat. Oh, before I do that, Plasma Rifle and Grey Malkin to deal 3. Then I do my 2 for Mind Scan. It removes that. Draws me a card. It was psionic, so it deals 2. And I defeated a side scheme, so I ready me and Grey Malkin. That card I drew was a double, which changes things. Let's do 2 for SPDR. And the thing is, if I knock out Arclight right now, I'm getting an extra attack. So, do I want to do that now and have... No, I'm going to do that after my Morlocks come in, because Morlocks are going to come in with... I'm just going to throw that off. The Morlocks are going to come in with Tufts. So let's ready. Actually, just because I want to set her up, she will attack for 1. Lay the trap, keep up the pressure, clear the area. 1 goes on, and a knock counter. When there are 3 knock counters, we advance to 2A. 2A says put Morlocks into play. I get 2 because I'm in solo, and shuffle Hide into the deck. Then, if this advanced because of knock counters, my Morlocks get Tufts. Now, she's attacking. I'm going to let the +2 happen because force response, when an enemy attacks you, it attacks a Morlock you control instead. So that's going to be 4 against this Morlock, which I don't even have to defend because that's who she's attacking. So 4, 5, 6, 7 just knocks off his Tough. You get 1 encounter card. Discard until I get a Marauder that is not Arclight. Vertigo has guard and only 4 hit points. Okay. I have no threat to remove. Well, I will have threat to remove. But that doesn't do what I want it to either. And one way or another here is really good for a couple reasons. Number 1, there are 3 side schemes in here that come in with 3 threat, +1 for each one under routed. And there aren't any under routed. So I'm going to do one way or another and find one of those. Yeah, this comes in with 3, +1 for each under routed. So that only has 3. Then I'm also, well, it's going to draw me 3 cards. Let's do that. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Auto is in hand, which is super nice. That's only going to deal 3 at the moment. So let's play Keep Up the Pressure, which has 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That has 2. And I don't want to use that. I'm going to use Grey Malkin to clear the area, to clear it. A lot of things happen. I draw a card with clear the area. I should have attacked first. I would ready Cable. I draw a card with Skilled Investigator. Grey Malkin readies. And this goes and gets me an attack event. So we'll go find a Telekinetic Blast. Attack events deal 1 additional damage. Next, there are now 4 in the victory display. So I'm going to use Grey Malkin and Rifle to deal 4 here. Then SPDR can thwart 2 here. She takes excess consequential, so she comes back to hand, and I draw with Weapon, Life, and Destiny, and I get across the Spider-Verse. I am going to end up playing that, but right now, this is my discard pile. Right now, let's play 2 for Otto Octavius. He readies my Plasma Rifle, and since that is tech, I draw a card. Let's put Chance Encounter there. Let's do 2 more for SPDR. She attacks. I've got to make sure before I get too far ahead, I'm not going to attack yet because I want to play across the Spider-Verse. Exhaust a Web Warrior card I control, find a Web Warrior ally, and put them into play. That's going to be Spider-Man. Don't know why I shuffled that. Now, SPDR attacks for 1. Arclight goes away, and we have Blockbuster. Blockbuster gains Overkill, but right now he's just going to knock into a tough. So I'm going to give him +2 in Overkill. So he's attacking this Morlock for 5, 6, just knocks off his tough. He has 14 hit points. Oh, I can't do that Telekinetic Blast. I will be able to do the Telekinetic Blast because I'm going to thwart 2 here. This goes away, and this finds me an ally, and I'm just going to find the first one I grab here is Ghost Spider, and I'm going to do, I wish I had 1 more resource though, so I could rifle again. So we're going to attack for 2. That knocks out Otto. Draws me a card with Weapon, Life, and Destiny. It gives me the resource I need. One thing. No, she knocked him out. Okay. I'm going to use 1 physical, or rather 1 energy for Plasma Rifle to deal 4 damage. I don't really want a Telekinetic Blast, though. That's going to be way overkill. Not too much overkill. Well, but then I'm wasting that. This is actually tough. So I'm going to pay 3 for Ghost Spider rather than playing Telekinetic Blast. I'll use that on the next villain. Ghost Spider attacks for 2. She takes a Retaliate, and I want to do this as well. This is showing Retaliate 1. She takes a Retaliate and a Consequential. That takes 2 damage. Spider-Man attacks for 2. Also taking a total of 2 damage, but readying Ghost Spider. And she attacks for 2. gets knocked out, looks through my deck for an identity-specific event. I don't have any, but draws me a card. Since I've looked at that, I'm going to shuffle. Draws me a card with Weapon, Life, and Destiny. Forced Amnesia, which I'm not going to keep. I think now, because he's going to get overkill, I'm going to flip down and just beat him on the next turn. I'm going to discard that. We're going to ready up. Draw one. This can go find me, lay the trap. Two, three, four, five, six. It's a good hand. I could play Heroic Intuition. I will be able to find another one of those that comes in with one per, because I'll be able to defeat it with what I've got on the board. That should be a good turn. One goes on. He schemes for 1, 2. I get 2 encounter cards. And advance is scary here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes it up to 7 of 8. And he has guard. That definitely changes things. Now I've got to concern myself with this threat rather than one way or another getting me some card draw. So I'm going to do 1 for Professor. And rather than getting Lay the Trap, I'm just going to draw a card. Another double doesn't really help much. I'm going to flip up. I'm going to thwart 2. SPDR is going to thwart 2. Excess Consequential. She comes to hand and draws me a card. Auto, again, is very nice. So I can Rifle and Gray Malkin to deal 4 here. And this Morlock can take him out. That really changes things. I am going to go ahead and put Heroic Intuition down. That gives me a thwart of 3. And now I think I do go get... Now I think I use one way or another to go get a side scheme, which I can easily clear. So let's, one way or another. Oh, that's 4 plus 1 is 5. I'm going to be able to deal with 5, so that's fine. I'm going to put that in. Basic thwarts use attack instead of thwart. That might not be the one I want. This is one I want. Comes in with 3, 4. Oof. That draws me 3 cards. There's Lay the Trap. Didn't have to go get it anyway. There's a Clear the Area. Let's do 2 for Auto. He readies my rifle. And that was text, so I draw a card. He takes 1. And this Morlock takes 1. Then I can use that precognition to clear the area. That clears it. Clear the area draws me a card. Skilled Investigator draws me a card. I ready and Greymalkin readies. Then let's see. I'm going to thwart 3 now that I can. And boy, I had a chance encounter there I didn't use. Actually, so let's do this. I'm not going to thwart for 3. I'm going to use Greymalkin to lay the trap, which has 3. I'm going to put that chance encounter on it. I'm not going to thwart it just yet. Spider-Man is going to ready Spider-Man and deal 2 damage. Now he leaves, and you guessed it, that draws me a card. I get Ghost Spider. He goes, and the next villain is Greycrow. He gets plus attack for the highest cost card I control, which will be 3, and I'm not worried about that. He has 12 hit points, makes an immediate attack, and this guy's going to block it. So that's 2, that's 5, 6. He's gone, and that draws me a card. Now, energy for Greymalkin, or for Plasma Rifle to deal 4. That has range, so I don't take any damage. Thwart for 3, clears it. I get to go find an ally. That deals 5 damage to the villain. That doesn't give me a retaliate either. Can I get the damage here? This is going to go find me an ally. Let's find this guy again, because I can play him to ready my rifle again and draw another card. Mind Scan is going to clear this and deal 2. That is an attack. And then I can defeat him for the win. So 2 for Mind Scan, remove 3, remove 1 additional for each in the victory display. There are actually 5 in the victory display now. That clears it. Scimitar deals 2 damage, which is an attack. So I take 2 consequential, or rather 2 retaliate damage. And then Spider-Man knocks him out. That would go away and draw me another card. This goes under there. And I have 3 underrouted, so that's the game. That's a super fun deck. I love playing this deck. A lot of interaction. Let me know what I missed in the comments. Also, go down to the description below. I have several other YouTube creators who are doing stuff with Marvel Champions linked down there. Go check them out. There's Ziggy Z, Ray Plays Games, The Masked Hero, MC Deck Discussion, Joshua Smeg, The Charred Gambit. I am missing one, Winning Hand Podcast. All those guys are down in the description. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a marvelous rest of the day.